On the day that President Biden announced his re-election bid, on the day when his team is supposed to be projecting strength and certainty about a victory in 4 more years, his press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, was asked the most basic of questions about whether her boss would serve his entire second term. It's a sort of softball question, if there ever was one. Except nothing, it seems, is quite enough of a softball for this press secretary.
Does the president plan to serve all 8 years?
I'm just not going to get ahead of the president. That's something for him to decide. I'm just not going to get ahead of it. And there's a 2024 campaign. Anything related to that, I would refer you to that.
It's something for the president to decide? With Biden's age and his mental acuity very much an issue, he's even talked about it, that's the exact wrong answer to give. So, of course, there was a cleanup to be done, with Jean-Pierre referring to her own comment. As tweeted by Fox News' Jackie Heinrich, she added, "As you know, we take following the law seriously, so I wanted to be sure that I didn't get into 2024 more than is appropriate under the law, but I can confirm that if reelected, POTUS would serve all 8 years." Now, she appears to be referencing the Hatch Act, which is a federal law that limits political activities of federal employees, particularly in the executive branch. But answering that question wouldn't have violated that law. And regardless, she answered it by saying that's something for him to decide. Look, the media had a well-deserved field day with the White House fumbles and stumbles on whether Biden will serve a second term. What's worse for Biden is her answer inadvertently put his age and mental fitness back in the news cycle. Now, we've covered Jean-Pierre's weakness as a press secretary before, and one has to wonder how she's still doing this job. Remember this bizarre exchange with ABC's Cecilia Vega, in which Jean-Pierre twisted herself in knots to avoid answering a very simple question about Biden's possession of classified documents?
On Friday, you stood here, though, and were asked about his documents issued by our count some 18 times. At that point, the president's lawyers had found these 5 additional pages of classified documents. So did you not know on Friday that those documents had been found when you were at the podium, or are you being directed by someone to not be forthcoming on this issue?
I have been forthcoming from this podium. What I said yes to was what the statement at the time that we all had. Right, you all had the statement, and I was repeating what the council was sharing at that time.
Right, we
had
that statement, so we knew what was in it. But you also knew. Did you not know that?
I'm telling you, I just answered the question. I just said that I was repeating what the information that we had at that time. Right, that you all had. I was confirming from what the special counsel had provided to all of you, and that we knew as well from here. So just to be very, very clear.
The question couldn't be more direct. Did you know about the documents on Friday? It's yes or no. It's an easy answer. I wasn't made aware. Instead, she spent almost a minute talking in circles while insisting she was being very, very clear. Jean-Pierre spent another 20 minutes at that time fielding numerous additional questions about the documents before a CBS reporter took another shot at trying to get what should have been a simple answer.
On Friday, did you or did you not know about the additional 5?
I literally just answered that question.
But I missed it, so is it yes or no?
Well, I mean, you're not too far sitting next to her, so I was very clear. I provided the information that you all had at the time, and I confirmed. No, I did not know. I'm saying I had the information. I actually said this to Cecilia. I had the information that you all had at the time.
That's it. No. Right. Got it. 25 minutes. No. That's it. Then there was this word salad reply, remember, to a very straightforward question from MSNBC's Chris Hayes, where he asked if the White House was, quote, reintroducing the practice of family detention enacted by the Trump administration.
What we are going to promise is that we're going to do this. We're going to move forward with this kind of system, this immigration system that has been gutted, really, truly gutted by the last administration. We're going to move forward and do it in a humane way. We're going to do it in a safe way, and we're going to do it in the way that moves us forward. And so what we have been seeing, what we've been dealing with, again, is trying to fix the damage that the last administration did. What we have done is we've opened the path to make sure that people have a way to come through and do it in a legal pathway.
This is the press secretary, right? She can't seem to give straight, clear answers. Look, the facts she has to work with sometimes aren't great. But that doesn't explain it. Look, Corinne Jean-Pierre seems like a very smart person who has achieved a lot at a comparatively young age. She just isn't good at this job. And it's astonishing that with so much on the line, that they keep letting her do it. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.